Wow, that was an intro gone wrong. This is the Simpit. I'm your host, Sean Cole, and welcome to today's edition of the Pit Stop, where you, the pit crew, you guys, the real star of today's show. Not sure what happened there. Windows. I'm just going to blame Windows on everything. Maybe it's time for a format. Who knows? Happy Thursday to everybody out there. Hope you're having a good day so far. And I guess the important thing is what is going on in the world of sim racing. And we always have a few things to talk about. Today's a little light on news. Not really a surprise, I suppose. But we're going to have those days. So again, if there's anything that you think that we should cover, you, of course, bring it up in the chat. And I'll try to stay observant. Give us your my best turbo sound. I don't know. How's that? There's Sean Cole turbo sound. So, what is going on in the world of sim racing? Few things that we can talk about today. Dramatic pause. I thought it all locked up. That was beyond dramatic, T-Bone. That was panic mode for me. No, it just completely stopped. I just did the turbo sound. Is that not good enough? That's all I got. So GT Planet talking about Kazunori Yamauchi interview, how GT Sport FIA Championship blah 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 is getting towards its closing stages. Anyway, so if you go to GT Planet, you'll find that link, and that would take you to this article here. And it's, again, if you want to hear it from Kazunori, this is, you know, each sim has their head of state, we'll call it, their CEO, or it's not always the CEO, but the most important person, the biggest influencer in the sim. So it's always good to hear from them directly instead of just some PR guy in terms of things. But you know, good interview here from GT Planet, the masters of GT, really, how the GT Sport FIA Championship has evolved, in the words of Kazunori himself. Zeppelin, the content here is disorganized mess. Really thinking about unsubscribing. The old stuff on this channel is the best. One topic per video in depth. Zeppelin, I understand where you're coming from. The only live stream that's happening on this show is the Monday through Friday Pit Stop. It's pretty easy to look away from that. We did just put out a review last week, and we have another review coming out this week, the old format, so to speak. So I respect your opinion completely, though. All right, so I did my turbo sound. We're good. But yeah, I hope you don't sub on account of it. I do understand where you're coming from. I mean, it's a new world. It's really hard to know the right way. So I appreciate your thoughts and opinions, though. Also, at Gran Turismo, they're also showing off TRL Lightning. Hazal Mikhail, so quick. What makes him so quick? They're taking a look at the man later today, so I guess there's more to come. There might even be some cookies, they say. But if you want to hear directly from GT Gran Turismo about Mikhail Hazal, you can watch that video and tune in later at their channel. Plus, they have some throwback pictures from the Tokyo event. But that is going on at some point today. Today is the day, iOS version, so it wasn't the 16th as we thought. It was the 18th. But Codemasters has finally come out with F1 Mobile Racing now on the iOS. Official brand new game changing, they're calling it. So you can find it at the iPhone. For the iPhone and the iPad, head to the App Store to take your place on the worldwide grid. They're also talking about it over there at their Formula 1 game site, of course, because that's their big news of the day. Hey, John. Hey, Joe. Hey, everybody. It's hard to keep up with all the chat. You know, I do, honestly, you know, since it is a short story day, I do consider taking the pit stop down to 3 days of the week instead of 5. That would thin it out a little bit. So again, I do, Zeppelin, I totally think about these things all the time, and getting it right is very difficult. I like doing the pit stop because it's something that for over a decade I've wished there was, sort of like the old Speed Week show for real life racing. It's like I wanted a news show. So maybe it's even a pet project of mine, so to speak, if you think about it. Anyway, iRacing, Twitter, they're showing off Lando Norris. So Team Redline Lando Norris takes on Belle Isle in iRacing. And what does he do? He sets a new world record in the Ferrari GTE. So if you want to see, again, how do I try to get faster? What do I do to try to get faster? I watch people who are better than me. and I look at what they're doing. Where are they putting the car? When are they hitting the brakes? Sometimes you can even pick up shifting points and things like that. So again, world record, no doubt. Lando Norris, no doubt. Team Redline driver. It's going to be a world record, and you'll find that from iRacing. Also, I had congratulated Zach Leonardi on his World of Outlaw Craftsman Late Model Championship, and I wasn't sure if it was 10 or 12. Anyway, here in this post here at iRacing's, they're congratulating him once again. Inaugural champion, that's a big deal when you think of how hard it is to win a championship. Shoot, how hard it is to win a race at iRacing sometimes. But he gets 10 grand for that championship. Well done, Zach Leonardi. WRC third round, third time. Name that WRC 7 driver. I don't think once have any of you guys actually got it. I haven't, so just checking in with chat. But anyway, I haven't been able to guess any of the drivers, and I don't think any of you have either. But the third round of WRC official games, Twitter little game. Name that WRC 7 driver. Wow, I gotta turn that off. We'll deal with that later. How did PC Gamer sneak up on me? Name that WRC 7 driver. Mentored by rally legend Colin McRae. Won a rally in which he took an unintended detour through the car park. Served as a computer-aided designer for a rally team before starting as a driver. Grew up around rally cars from a young age. Anyone know who that WRC driver is? Billy is the inaugural Simpit series. That is absolutely right. That's why he wears the number 1 in our races. Billy Strange, the inaugural Simpit Truck Series champion. Absolutely. Yes, get faster by running with faster people. Absolutely. Following them. Absolutely. He'll get... Okay, anyway, all right. Yeah, I'm guessing a Finnish driver. That'd be a good guess, I think. The Crew 2, talking about gearheads, buckle up for this weekend's countdown. Coconut Grove. More available info here. I don't even own the Crew 2, to be honest with you, but it is a driving game. Driving sim. Simulated motorsport of sort. So I do tell you guys about it, but Coconut Grove is their weekly event. Began yesterday, it looks like. And street race, top 5 get 10,000 credits. 6th through 100th get 5,000 credits. 101st through 1,000th get 2,000 credits. Just, I mean, that's almost like a participation trophy right there. Sebastian Loeb, Jamie, that's probably a good guess. Sounds like a good guess to me. K-Dog, it's so true. I would watch a lot of WRC if it was available to me on television. That's where I choose to watch most of my racing. I'm not a huge fan of internet streaming. Funny enough, we talk about streaming, but no, I mean, on races, it's like, come on, I want to watch this on TV. You know. Anyway, okay, moving right along. NASCAR Heat. What did I want to talk about them? Well, they did name their Group A qualifying for this week. Group A qualifying has begun for this week. And congrats to the winners from Talladega last week. With a couple of those moving on to the finale, the final. What else do they have? Yeah, I don't care about that much. GT Planet showing off the GT Sport Garage in Madrid as the competitors are arriving. So we've talked about the next round of the GT Sport competition, the FIA GT Championship. And here we have things, first sightings as the competitors start to get there. And we saw the stage, what they're going to build for this event. So again, a lot of money, big production value going into this GT Sport competition. Next Level Racing has a post just telling you that they're going to be at PAX Australia. So it's a sold-out event. Wow, badges are on sale. Sold out. International 3-day, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. 7 days, 6 hours from now. So Next Level will be there in the Plantronics booth from the 26th through 28th to enter the Fast Lap competition and win a huge prize pack, which might include one of their cockpits. For information, you can go to that PAX site right there. So that's in Melbourne on the 26th, 27th, and 28th, it looks like. So, and you go in there, go to the Plantronics booth, and go win a next level racing package. Might include one of their rigs. Thank you. Tom Jones! Thank you! Oh, I'm totally meaning to. Tom Jones, check it out. Look at this. I'm going to improve on this. Any ideas on how I can make this cooler? But thank you for the donation, Tom Jones. Very, very, very much appreciated. Good point, Brad. That's a very good point. Okay, what else we got? We got a few more stories, and then we will get off the air. And I think maybe keeping this show shorter may be part of the overall recipe as well. eSport MotoGP.com has another story. This is Meet the Semifinalists Part 4. So if you're gonna watch that and you want to know who the competitors are, they're going through another round. We've seen a few of these already. You'll find that at eSportMotoGP.com. All right. Thank you, Spatial. Thank you, Tim. True achievement. So this is kind of a big deal. I mean, we play Wreckfest on the PC. In fact, I would love to play Wreckfest Saturday morning. I'm gonna have to talk to the guys. I think we need a Wreckfest session in our world. Anyway, True Achievements has an article. I've seen it in a few different places today, but the console release has been delayed until next year. So I believe they're shooting for November of this year to get the console version of Wreckfest, but nope, it's not going to happen. They're gonna, and THQ Nordic decided, nope, we're not ready. We're not going to do it. I guess you can't really do the advanced or beta version. What did they call their... I can't remember what the previous version was called even, but they had a specific name that was pretty funny. Anyway, not going to happen on the consoles just yet. Steam VR gets motion smoothing. I saw this article all over the place as well. I guess it's a big deal for VR people, but an ASW-like feature to help VR apps run better. So I believe that's going to help cut down on nausea and probably enhance the vision just a little bit as well. Yes, Tom Jones is the inaugural sound effect winner. Wasted White Boy, Phil's in for it. I'm in for it. Thank you, Gary. Thank you very much. What else we got? What else? A few more stories. Farm Simulator. The newest version focuses on tending the animals. That's kind of bizarro to me. I mean, I don't... Anyway, I guess it isn't, but it is. I've played a lot of Farm Simulator, and I was thinking about it. What was my favorite thing that I did in Farm Simulator? And I'm going to be totally honest with you, and it might even be bizarre. My favorite thing was mowing grass. I bought the biggest mower with the, dual, retractable blades and the big front blade and the pickup stuff, and that's how I made more money mowing grass than doing fields until it got out of hand to the point. Anyway, new gameplay trailer released from them, though, showing tending to the animals in Farm Simulator 19. So I guess that is a little more rounded a farm life than just crops, but it takes us perhaps a little further away from being a driving simulation at the same time. PC Gamer has an article, and I'm probably going to start steering away from some of these deals, but this one sounded good to me. Grab a 28-inch 4K monitor for $220 in mono prices early Black Friday sale, and that's the other reason I covered it is it didn't dawn on me. Black Friday is coming. If there's ever a time to save some money and get ready to buy some stuff, Black Friday should be... I'm guessing it's going to be a big Black Friday this year. And that includes Cyber Monday, the following Monday, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, but this is a pretty good deal. Mono price 28-inch 4K monitor, HDR FreeSync, $219.99. Looks pretty badass for the price. That's why I did bring this one up. And to remind you about Black Friday coming. A couple more stories, and then we'll get off the air here today. Cruden. This was an article, and I don't even have the link because this was found. It's sort of funny when I get things through drivingitalia.net because it's like they're usually citing another story with very limited information. But I just I can look at a Cruden sim all day long. So, I mean, that is one of the most impressive sims on Earth. And I've driven it, and there are things about it that are very impressive. And there are things about it that make it actually not even as good as some much, much less expensive sims. It's kind of funny in that respect. But this is the most state-of-the-art simulator there is in the world. Absolutely, hands down, about $250,000 if you don't know Cruden sims. So they're not for everybody. But there's an article here at Driving Italia talking about Formula E, and the Mahindra racing team actually uses this simulator here. This is their simulator quite a bit in their training of drivers for the Formula E program that they have. What else? There's an article here, or an interview with Enzo Benito. He tells his whole story. John Hill's in the crowd. John Hill's met Enzo Benito. I've met Enzo Benito. Enzo, 23-year-old, is a really charming guy. He's very funny. He is absolutely one of the best sim racers on Earth, and he's only 23 years old. He can race any discipline at all. And anyway, great article here about his whole, rise to fame. I mean, he's one of the best. He was in the Visa Vegas race. He did very well there. He was drafted in the F1 series, and he's been doing fairly well there. And if you want to hear more about him, you're going to find this at La Gazzetta dello Sport. La Gazzetta dello Sport, eSport section. D1RGE. RoboRace, to me, isn't sim racing quite, but it and eSport is kind of the link between what we do and the real automotive world. And as much as I might not be the biggest Formula E fan in the world, it takes people in the mentality of the electronic world, and so do robocars. And what we do is electronic racing, and we've been looking to bridge the gap to real-life racing, so to speak. That's been a big thing about sim racing for 20 years. Hey, look at us. We're doing it for real here. Anyway, I think that robocars really help that link, like Formula E. Naked Gun, I don't recall him being that. Yeah, you would need a much more elaborate room for sure. That thing, it's the actuators. Let's go back to that Cruden. This is the actuator. This big, giant, up and down thing there. No BS. That lower cylinder is this big around, and when extended, that thing is as tall as I am. It's like 5.5, almost 6 feet tall, each one of those things when it gets at full lift, which is where it kind of starts off. I have a video. You can look right here on this channel here. Look up Dream Sims, and I took a ride in that very sim. So, with a couple of beautiful ladies on my side, by the way. All right, what else we got? PC Gamer. The Discord, we use Discord all the time now. But anyway, apparently their game store is now open. We talked about how Steam is going to be losing market share. They're not going to be the only platform for purchasing and getting downloadable games on the internet. They have been the lockup, I mean, for how long now? But everyone's coming after them, one of them being Discord, and their game store is now open. And last thing I'm going to finish with today is an interesting post by Marco Massaruto of Assetto Corsa Competizione. And if you find a ghost on Misano World Circuit, that's me, captured during the laser scan. And then he's got this image here, and you can see just the hintest of outlines of a human being here, and maybe the shadow of a truck or something that they were using to move around with the scanner. But that is, in fact, Marco Massaruto. I don't know. Did anybody see the ghost of Misano? Anyway, I thought that was a funny picture, made me laugh, and I thought I'd let you see it as well. So that is going to do it for today's news. Like I said, a little lighter than normal, 20-minute show. But we'll be back tomorrow with more Simpit Pitstop and more sim racing news. And in addition to that, tomorrow night we will have our Truck Series race at 6 p.m. That should be a blast. I'll tell you more about that in the morning. But that's going to do it for today. Back to editing, back to the reviewing, and getting back to regular content as well. So I got that going on in the background. Thanks for being here today. Thank you for being part of the pit crew. This is the Simpit. I'm Sean Cole, and I'll see you on the track.